Welcome to the patio. I'm Eric, and today on Grill Singers, we're going to show you one of the easiest ways to crush one of the most intimidating cuts of meat in the world of barbecue. That's right, it's brisket time, baby. Ask most pit masters and backyard pros, and you heard a very common story about the first time they ever cooked a brisket. Horrible, dense, fatty. You know, words my wife will usually use to describe me when I make her really mad.
Wait, he said what?
But brisket isn't this mythical mystery meat that requires a degree in gastronomy to master. All you need is a sharp knife, a good rub, and a good thermometer, and it's smooth sailing from there. Now, trimming a brisket can seem pretty daunting, but we're gonna make this very easy and straightforward. Just make sure your brisket's cold out of the fridge. If you try to trim this when it's room temp, the fat's really kind of slippery and you can really hurt yourself, and we don't wanna do that. So go ahead and get your gloves on. What we're going to focus on right here is this hard section of fat that's over here on the point. We want to take out as much of that as we can. So we're going to go ahead and start from the top right here. Kind of just dig all this out because this is not going to render pretty much at all when we're cooking our brisket. Now this fat's good stuff to hang on to. You can render this down, use it as beef tallow. Sometimes when I'm feeling frisky, I'll actually render this down and inject it back into the brisket, but that's only when I'm really trying to impress people. But for this case, we're just doing a real simple cook, so we want to just get off as much as we can. Over here, when you're starting to transition over to the flat, you're going to see you might have some silver skin. That's stuff that's not really going to render either, so we want to make sure we take that off. Now, if you've seen our little brisket junior / tri-tip video, the trimming process is actually fairly similar. It's just when we flip it over and do the other side, we're gonna leave a little bit more fat on there. You just wanna try to get as much clean meat up on the lean side over here. Now when we get to this back corner here on the flat, this is a pretty thin piece right here. Usually this will burn up and really won't get all that tender. So what I like to do is kind of just take my knife and kind of round this edge off. And just kind of leave that there. We're just about done doing this side. There's a little bit of meat over here. You can see it's a little darker. We're just gonna take that off because that, again, that's not really gonna do anything when we're going through the cook. Go. Here on the point, we're gonna round off this edge again. Note to self, get a bigger cutting board next time. I need to get rid of all this. Give me a second. Okay. Now that we actually know what we're supposed to be doing, we'll put that over there. Bring it off to the side. Okay, we're gonna trim off this side over here. Okay, I see we're ready to flip, so we're gonna go ahead and flip this thing over. We're gonna go fatty side. So on this side, what we really wanna do is make sure we're taking it down to about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of fat. We don't wanna leave a ton on there. We also just wanna make sure that this glossy side, we wanna expose all the nice pillowy fat underneath, so that way the smoke has something to adhere to. We pretty much got this baby all trimmed up. I got a little bit more fat that I want to take off right here. What we really want to do is make sure that the point or the flat side over here has enough fat on it to protect it while it's cooking. You gotta remember, these are two different muscles in one single cut, so you kind of have to make sure that your flat doesn't dry out, because your point pretty much never will. So we've got ahead and got this all trimmed up. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and jump right into seasoning. It's time to do some seasoning. You can use whatever beef rub that you like. If you wanna do the straight up salt, pepper, garlic, Texas style, that's totally fine and up to you. When we did our tri-tip a few weeks back, I used just my Cali Gold seasoning, which is salt, pepper, garlic, a couple other spices in there. I'm also going to use on this, in addition to the Cali Gold, my rub over here. This is my SoCal Smoke Rub. I like this one because it really does a good job at letting the smoke bind to the meat. Really helps with bark. So what we're gonna do is just do an even coating all over the brisket with both of those. So make sure that when you're seasoning, you don't wanna go too close to the meat because then you're just gonna get it in one spot and it's kind of hard to push around. So just give yourself a little bit of space and kind of just shake them up top. Get yourself a nice, even spread. You also wanna get the sides. So now we're gonna come back in with the sweet smoke rub. Time to flip. Oh. Yeah. All right, so we're going back with the Cali rub. You can go a little heavier on the lean side of your cut, because that's where all that flavor is going to get right into that meat. Just kind of press it in a little bit. What you think, Cameron? Did I get it good? Yes? No? Ah, there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna let this rest for about 30 minutes because we really kind of want to let the meat sweat, just like I do after I eat it. But as you can tell, and probably hear, you know, it's late, it's about 8:30 right now. We're actually gonna be cooking this overnight, and we're gonna be doing this real low. So go ahead and get your smoker set to like 175, 180, or if you're rolling on an offset, just really make sure you can get that temp down. And we're gonna let this go all night, and we'll catch up with you in the morning. So let this rest, and we're gonna get our smoker fired up. All right, so our seasoning's been sitting for about 30 minutes. Our smoker's all fired up. So we're gonna go ahead and get our probe. Get that right there on the flat. Again, we're not really worried about the point. We got a little treat there for you coming up later. So we're gonna go ahead and get this on the smoker and go ahead and call it a night. We're good to go. So our brisket's on the smoker, so let's do a little quick recap. We went ahead and trimmed the fat down on the fat side to about 1/4 inch. We took off all the silver skin and all the loose fat on the lean side. Trimmed off some of the parts that would burn during the cook. We got our seasoning on. We let it sweat for about 30 minutes. Our smoker's set to 175 degrees, so it's nice and low, and we don't risk overcooking the brisket. We're gonna go fat towards the heat. So if you're on a pellet grill, that's fat side down. If you're on a traditional smoker, you can go fat side up. So this thing's ready to go all night. I'm ready to go to bed. We'll see you in the morning. One more thing before I forget. If you're gonna do this cook overnight and you're using a pellet grill, there's two things you have to be very, very, very careful of. One, make sure your hopper is full of pellets. It's very easy to run out of pellets on an overnight cook, so you wanna make sure that it's full to the top, and if you can even squeeze in a few more, go ahead and do that. Also make sure that your ash pot is nice and clean before you cook it. That can lead to, you know, all kinds of issues with your cook, but you will wake up with a cold brisket and your grill will be full of pellets and it's gonna be ruined. So make sure you do those two things. I'm going back to bed. Oh, good morning, y'all. I didn't see you there. Why? Why am I saying this?
Because you wrote it.
All right, so our brisket's been rolling all night, so it looks like it's time to get it wrapped. So we're gonna go ahead, grab some butcher paper. Let's jump right to it. All right, so we got our butcher paper out. You're gonna need a little sheet pan just to keep everything stable. What I like to do is kind of roll this out before I go get my brisket. And you wanna kind of just put a little bit of piece of paper on both sides. We're gonna do 2 sheets. One. And well, hi. So glad you came back. There's 2. So, always a struggle. Let me weight that down with something. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our brisket. man. All right, so wrapping the brisket's a pretty straightforward process. We're gonna take the back half right here, bring this over, kind of bunch this edge up here, and go ahead and just roll it right there. Try to get this edge back here on this side. And then that'll keep everything nice and tight. Now, what we're gonna do with this is we're going to get this back on our smoker. We're gonna get that smoker running up at about 250 to kind of push it through the stall, keep everything nice and moist. Now we're using butcher paper because it'll let that bark kind of just maintain its integrity as opposed to foil where it gets soggy and starts to fall apart. So we're gonna go ahead and get this back on the smoker. Here we go. All right, so let's recap again. We smoked this thing overnight at 180 degrees. We're wrapping at an internal temp of about 165. We got our smoker running at 250, and we're looking to hit a target temperature internal on the flat of about 203, which according to our thermometer should be pretty soon. All right, so our brisket's still in the smoker. It needs a little bit more time, but I think I saw Natalie walking around with like a little platter with some dessert stuff on it. Oh, there she is.
Hi, babe.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
What is this?
So I've been wanting apple pie, and so instead of going through the hassles of making a traditional apple pie, instead I wanted to make apple pie tart with bourbon vanilla ice cream.
Can I try it?
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little melty, but I think it'll still be delicious.
Okay, let me get a little bit of everything here. So when you say like a tart, like what's the main difference?
So the bottom part is pie crust, which I think is the best part. And you have caramel apples, and the ice cream is bourbon vanilla.
I have no words. This is incredible. Can I eat this right now?
Sure. I'll let you live a little.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll finish that brisket. We'll have this later for dessert.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
All right, bye.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take a couple more bites of this, but our brisket's still good on the smoker, so hang tight. If you do want to see how to make this, click the link in the description below. We got a recipe up on that. I'm just gonna keep going. All right, so we're about ready to get this baby off the smoker. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in an aluminum tray. We're gonna wrap the top with foil. Then we're gonna let it rest in either the oven or in a cooler with the towel wrapped around it for about 2 hours. It's gonna give us plenty of time to make a few cocktails, which I'm hoping Liz has ready for us.
Here we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cheers.
I'm nervous.
Don't be.
Well, I'm not anymore. That's delicious.
So this is my Cali Mule. It's perfect for summertime, a little bit of day drinking, nice and light and refreshing. It's got some whiskey, some fresh citrus, some ginger. If you want to see the recipe, click the link in the description. You can learn how to make it from home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you know I like whiskey. What kind did you use?
So I actually use Blinking Owl. It's a local craft distillery here right near in our neighborhood. We love supporting local businesses, and their whiskey is bomb.
Gotcha. Well, I love it. I'm gonna hang on to this, and I need to go finish the brisket. So
Cheers.
I'll see you in a bit, all right?
Bye, guys.
Cool. Well, we're gonna get this thing off the smoker and go ahead and get it wrapped. Let's go. Moment of truth. We're gonna get this thing unwrapped. It's time to slice. Do that. Oh my goodness. You, come here, come take a look at this thing. Look at that. Okay, so to slice this thing, you want to pay attention to the grain of the meat. Typically here on the flat, everything's going to run this way, so we want to cut with the angle of the meat right here. So we'll kind of just bring it around here so you guys can see it a little better. And we're off to the races. go. Look at that. Beautiful smoke ring right around here at the top. You can see when you kind of press here, you get a lot of that juice coming out. I don't want to slice all of this right away because you really want to slice brisket as you're serving it, but I'll get you a little slice right here. You see brisket, you want it to bend when you're cutting it and have it easily pull apart. I gotta take a bite. There ain't nothing better than that. Now, that's really good. What we're gonna do here is actually take a cut right across the center here. Now usually, I'll slice the whole thing, but I'm gonna be saving the point for a little video we're doing next week. We got a burn end special coming up, so take a peek. If you like what we've been working on today, make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe. If you want to see the recipe, hit the link below. If you'd like to see what else we're doing or maybe have some ideas for another video, comment below. We'd love to see it. And if you cook this the way we did, tag us on social media. We'd love to see it and critique every single little thing you do. So, I'm Eric. This is Grill Slingers. We'll see you next week for burn ends. Y'all take care.